I've been putting in a little bit of work on the Middle Mega website. The website is redesigned, and a new article on TikTok, the epic showdown and battle between TikTok and Universal Music Group. This is the biggest thing that's going on in entertainment right now. There's nothing more important as far as dollar-wise than this. Let's break down and start with what's going on. If you don't know, Universal Music Group has removed its music from TikTok. This is an article from the website, the blog, middlemaga.com. They've removed their music from TikTok. There are various reasons. This is one of the deeper dives I've done in a long time. I'm just going to do an overview on this video here. They are worried about compensation. It always comes down to money. Artificial intelligence protections. So we don't know the details of the ins and outs of the negotiations, but it sounds like Drake, Tupac. I'm going to play some of a Tupac album that was made completely with AI. Stay for those clips. You will not believe it. But it sounds like they want TikTok to monitor that. How else are you going to do it? They can't monitor TikTok. TikTok is a Chinese company. It's owned by ByteDance. There's debates about that, but China has the final say over anything that happens with TikTok, in my opinion. So how do you, if you're UMG and you're worried about, they already got Drake on there. My wife was on TikTok the other day, and she's not a Drake fan, but she's just watching a video with Drake. And I'm like, number one, you've never listened to so much hip hop in your life. And she's like, yeah, because she has no choice listening to 30-second, 15-second, 60-second. She's actually listening to a lot of hip hop when you add up the seconds. And then on top of that, I said, you know, that's Drake, right? And she's like, yeah, of course I know it's Drake, even though she doesn't listen. And I was like, you know, that's AI, right? It was an AI Drake song. And she was like, damn, how would you know? And UMG has a lot of artists. Taylor Swift, the biggest, currently, but you got the Beatles, Billie Eilish, all affected by this. And then it also affects the lower end, the people who have signed to the major label, and you might not even know them. They haven't blown up yet. Then maybe they get a $100,000 advance. They're trying to do a tight budget to release a project. They need TikTok for views, exposure, all of that. If you don't know, Universal Music Group is one of the big three platforms. You've got Universal Music Group, you got Sony Music Entertainment, and you got Warner Music Group. They form the big three of the music industry. What are we talking about with UMG? Production, actually making the actual album, hiring the producers, all that. Sometimes they give the artist $100,000. I'm just making these numbers up, but sometimes that's a very small number. If a music label fronts you $100,000 that you potentially have to pay back, and you have to use that money for your promotion. Maybe they help you with promotion, but you need that for your producers, all that. It can be tight when you're a lower level signing to a major deal. And they do, so not just production, distribution, and promotion of music. So they handle everything. And now TikTok has become more important than they are. Universal Music Group does not bring people, like when there are certain artists, maybe Taylor Swift, there's a few, but most artists aren't bringing people to their music. It's more people are going to TikTok to see funny videos. That's the new stand-up comedy. That's new laughs. That's new cries. That's the new emotions. That's the new TV. You go to TikTok, you flip through, you're watching people, and then you happen to listen to these artists. They're not going to TikTok to listen to the new Taylor Swift. They're listening to the new Taylor Swift on TikTok, even her. So that hurts their leverage here. The financial dynamics are wild. Let me go to the Tupac. This whole article, it's one of my deeper dives. I've got opinions in there, facts in there. I'm proud of this one. But I'm going to just show you some of the problems here. Let's go to the Tupac album. This Tupac album came out, and the person who did it is named Dop Funk. Dop Funk wrote this album, produced by Dop Funk as well, and Yoni. And let's just take a listen to some of this. Tupac is no longer with us, rest in peace. But still, Universal Music Group handles his albums. They had nothing to do with this. You could, the way that it works now, you could go to TikTok right now and use one of these songs. Well, before they pulled their artists, I don't even know if I don't think you can do it now. I'm not even sure. I gotta go back and look at that. But here's my point. This album isn't from the 90s. It has features on it. Are you serious? Tupac, Nate Dogg, all AI. Aaliyah, Tank, Snoop Dogg, Dre, The Game, 50 Cent, Scarface, DMX. Wow. But my dreams remain witness remorse and tears of OGs as they leave this game. So many blinding lights in this fast life trying to sway me, and lately they try to pay me as another nigga going crazy. How can we sit back and watch as they living where drugs turn these streets of Philly into a living hell? Shout out to, I don't know if it might be pronounced Dope Funk, I'm not sure, but Dop Funk. Shout out on this. Go to middlebaga.com. I got the link here. Unbelievable stuff. I mean, it sounds just like Tupac. The cadence, the lyrics, unbelievable work, and that's the concern. You would have that same concern, but I would tell them that this is very similar to and I'm going to end with this. You can see the problems here. This is very similar to when the new tech was Spotify, it was iTunes, and you can't hold that back. The best way for the company to move forward is to allow people to do it. Why not give people like Dop Funk a website that is a UMG website? So now if you want to use Tupac's voice, just come to our site, pay $10 a month. Not only that, you get the Tupac voice. That's what everybody really wants. Then you can get the UMG songs. So you take some of that leverage back from TikTok and say, well, we got people coming to our site to use our voices. You can't use the voices. So you're going to have to come back to the table with a better option. It's going to take that type of, I don't know why it's so hard for them to adapt when new technology comes out, and TikTok isn't even that new. But we'll have to see what happens to Sony. We'll have to see what happens to Warner. But the game is changing, y'all. Let me know what you think.